Lakini mbona mwenzi yako imeita yeye mara ya kwanza
for the subject, we shall have sort of introduction, we shall have invite you and give us what. Then we shall have
and powerful country and play important role in Africa and around the world until the state collapsed in 1991. So then the country went through a civil war. Many people have been, displaced inside of the country for sure. Many became refugees in neighboring countries. Some of them, they went to Western country. And many attempts to reconcile the population. Many events took place in neighboring countries. And at one point, after a process of reconciliation, the government was established in Nairobi. And the diplomatic mission accredited to Somalia were in Nairobi. And even UN mission was in Nairobi. There were two attempts to bring peace and security in Somalia by the international community. And then later on, I think in 2005, Ethiopia agreement with the government. They tried also, but this didn't work. The African Union, with the support of other regional organizations, such as IGAD, decided to establish AMISOM and deploy AMISOM here in 2007. And the first contingent that came here was Uganda, and followed by Burundi, and later on other TCC like Kenya, like Djibouti, Ethiopia, and Sierra Leone. So they fought for almost 2 years in order to liberate Mogadishu and some of the remote area. Mogadishu has been liberated, and then some of the major capitals in the federal member state, and the government of Somalia moved from Nairobi to the country, some point in Johar, in Baidoa, and here in Mogadishu. And the result is that today you have major international partners, including the diplomatic mission and the UN, 2 UN missions here, plus the UN country team. And ATMIS, which used to be AMISOM, was in Nairobi, and today it is here in Mogadishu as the HQ. So coming back to your question, AMISOM, as I mentioned, has been established in 2007, and April 2022, ATMIS was created. It is a transition mission up to December 2024. So then the mission will be able to transfer all security responsibility to the federal government of Somalia and exit. And we hope that the exit will be done smoothly and orderly.
Okay. So we also want question number 2. Of course, we've been on the ground and we've seen a number of dynamics that keep on changing. So is the position still static that we shall exit Somalia by December 2024?
Well, people, they say where there is a will, there is a way. I think the will is there. The good thing is that we can observe that there is a ownership and a political will, the government of Somalia. So the Somalis, they want to take their responsibility and play an important role for their security. And we know that the threat and insecurity became a global phenomenon everywhere, including developed countries. So now, the Somalis, after 16 years or 17 years of being assisted by neighboring countries, under the umbrella of AMISOM and ATMIS. They say that today they are able to take over their responsibility. I know that many challenges are there, but there were some consultation between the neighboring countries, IGAD, the African Union, and the government of Somalia. So the Somalis, they took ownership, and there is economies that have been designed, and a couple of phases. Phase one is to draw down 2,000, and phase 2, 3,000. So this phase 1 took place with 6 months delay, but it took place in June this year. So out of the 19,000, so 2,000 have gone and exit from this mission. And the second phase is 3,000 was supposed to take place in September, but the government submitted a request for a delay, a technical pause of 3 months. But the work is still ongoing, and commitment is still there, and we established a tripartite technical committee to handle this issue of the drawdown. We identify the FOBs, those military bases, to be handed over to the federal government of Somalia, and we know the number, 3,000 I mentioned, so we know each number or figure from each TCC. So the work is ongoing. The last meeting that took place, that was yesterday, and we hope that by December, those 2,000 will leave the country smoothly.
Okay, yesterday we went to a place called Selja, and the locals in the area actually expressed fear.
It's the responsibility of everybody, not only the government, not only the military or the police. So the citizen, when he feels that there is something that goes wrong in his vicinity, locality, he has to report to the authority. So which means that those people are indeed concerned, but recently there is a joint technical assessment that has been conducted by ATMIS, the government of Somalia, with the support of international partners. So whatever decision has been taken or will be taken based on that assessment. People, they don't work based on rumor that this might happen, or we hear that a Shabab representative was in our vicinity. No. So we work with a lot of professionalism. We rely on the intelligence of the TCC, the government, the SNA or FSS. So they are working with other international partners. Every day here in the mission, we have a meeting that are attended by our representative in the remote area in the country, but also the representative of the FSS and representative of the international partners who are here to assist the Somali peace. So I think indeed, I mean, we can understand their fairness, but the international community is there, including the Security Council that adopted this resolution. So people, they know how things happen and how it should be, those issues related to Al-Shabaab and the terrorism should be addressed. We know that peaceful country, developed country, many incidents can occur in those countries. You might see someone just get in a school and start shooting, go to a market and just shooting. And here, those countries who are supporting Somalia, some of them, they have been affected, including Kenya, for example, or including Uganda. Sometimes, I mean, those incidents happen. So I think we are working closely, and the commitment is there to support, and Somalia will not left alone. So if the exit happen, but the neighboring country, they will have an eye, and to watch what is going on and continue to support by different ways the Somalis.
On this question, I would want to change and ask you.
It has been done by AMISOM for the last 15 or 16 years. They liberated many areas. We have FOB that have been established in those localities, and the purpose of establishing those FOBs, those were populated, area where we have a concentration of population. So those population, they feel that they are protected by the international troops, AMISOM, and today ATMIS. But also the international community through the UN, ONSOM, for example, or UN country, they are conducting many activities, some of them related to the humanitarian, some of them related to political. So those people are supported or used to be supported by AMISOM. So ATMIS, if there is a big achievement, is to hold the gain of AMISOM. None of the territory liberated by AMISOM, has been lost. None. And the population, they feel that they are more than ever protected. And the ONSOM and UN country team, they continue to address issues and conduct their activities and operation. On top of that, the political side, that recently in Baidoa, I think that was in February, the stakeholders, political leaders, former member of cabinet, and the government, and some of the MPs, they were there gathering for almost 1 month, and ATMIS was there to give them security and protection, individual and collective protection.
Okay. As we talk about December 2024, of course,
you can observe, since you are here, the situation is calm but unpredictable. And recently the Secretary General of the UN was here, and he mentioned that the enemies of Somalia are two: the drought and the Al-Shabaab, the terrorists. So this means that the situation is unpredictable, even climate change. He was talking about drought, and today, if he comes, he will say that the enemies are Al-Shabaab and the floods. You understand? Because the situation here is unpredictable. So Al-Shabaab remain enemies, and we have to do whatever we can do. That's why many countries, they express solidarity with Somalia. So the TCC and PCC will continue. According to the resolution 2628, we're supposed to get equipment, enablers, so then we'll be able to generate a QRF. Once you generate QRF, quick reaction force, so then you can move very fast. So for the last 12 months, unfortunately, we could not get those enablers, but now they are here from Uganda and from Burundi, and we are expecting also from Kenya and Ethiopia. So, which means that we are very well equipped while we are in the process of reducing the number, but in terms of technology and activity, we are able to conduct those. And at the same time, the Somali forces, they are supposed to generate forces. So once they generate, and this process is still ongoing, they have troops who have been trained in Uganda. Some of them, they have been trained in Ethiopia. Some of them, they have been trained in Eritrea. Some of them have been trained by Egypt, by Turkey, by Emirates, by UK, by US, and those, all of them, they are very, very active on the ground. So, and at the same time, we as ATMIS, we are conducting shaping and clearance operation, which means that Al-Shabaab is under pressure. This gives me the confidence that by the end of December, the exit will be done orderly and smoothly, because we'll be able to neutralize or to defeat as much as we can Al-Shabaab.
Now, on the issue of just beyond the use of force,
as I mentioned, played an important role for the stability of the continent, for the security of the continent, for development of many of our countries, even supported many countries to get their independence, mainly countries in southern Africa. So I think we should continue to support Somalia, and the international community should continue to support Somalia. Supporting them, some of them, we mentioned the fourth generation, but also it's not enough. They need to have also support in terms of equipment, in terms of weapons, in terms of munitions, because when you are fighting Shabab, they are very well equipped. Shabab, they collected a lot of money, so they know how to collect, guns. So the Somalis, or the Somali government, is facing a problem because the country is under embargo if it comes to collecting arms. So I think lifting of the arms embargo is essential, so then they will be able to collect the needed and require weapons, appropriate heavy artillery, so then they will be able to fight against Al-Shabaab. They cannot fight against Al-Shabaab with Kalashnikov. You understand? They need to have something very sophisticated, so then they will be able. And this need a lot of efforts, not only from the government, but neighboring countries, the international community. The situation has changed. We are not anymore in 1991. I highlighted that the government has passed many bills, so we are talking about rule of law, we are talking about human rights, we are talking about international human rights, international law in this country, which means that they need to get that support, and we need to give them trust. Thank you. You'll give them my bio and business card. This is General Omola, Sector Commander, Sector 1, and my former acting Force Commander. Correct, huh?
Yes, Your Excellency.
Okay, you continue.
Senior Commissioner of Police.
In charge of operations and the plan.
Continue.
Now the acting.
Deputy Force Commander in charge of support and logistics.
Okay, asante. Okay, asante sana. We will go there, and we have a photo there outside.
The CDF you are talking to, General Kibochi.
The one we met with General Sam,
Or General Gola.
the current one.
The current one.
Yeah, yeah, because this one was
I came
advisor.
before he became a CDF.
No, but he was advisor.
Yeah, he was a
Advisor to Wale.
Yeah.
And then we met with him to mention that. So now I will tell him that not giving me the support. Chris, come.
Yeah.
I'll use this. Find out again.
Content, take the photos.
Yes, sir.
Asante sana. Karibu mheshimiwa.
Hao pande ile. Ndugu zetu wa
Huyu ni watu.
huyu ni wao.
So you'll have 3 hours still in Mali. Marawi,
The rest
come
20.
down 2 hours. Serikali, but not limited. If you, I've asked the commander in Serikali to also call in.
From the military angle. Is this where they're farming? I told us somebody was farming.
It's got a good lens. Have you seen the eagle on top of the early warning system?
Yeah. Okay.
It's beautiful with a white-breasted, I think it's a hawk or an eagle. But if you've got a long, if you've got a good lens on the camera.
But when it is in the air, there's some.
They can open, I think.
But it's very comfortable.
It's young pande. Welcome sir.
Thank you.
We're able to carry 7.
This one carries how many?
8.
This one carries 8.
Yes sir.
And then the other one?
1.
How many? Okay.
Sir, he will take it.
So sorry about the delay, but they phoned us.
We go, eh?
Yes, we're coming.
Your time bad, eh?
Never mind.
Again. On the tires of the vehicle of the left-hand side. Then the third person will be concentrating in the middle of the vehicle, finding for suspected IEDs. So the first person who is putting on the machine inside, that machine is called the ECM. That is electronic counter measure. In case an IED, that improvised explosive device, is a remote control, it is protected by, it cannot be initiated since we have the ECM that will stop the network. So the circumference, the radius of that ECM to operate, to cut off the network is 50 centimeters. So that's why the radius is, all these people are covered. So on the other side of the road, outside the perimeter of the road, we have the cordon team. That team protects the trigger man. They are looking for trigger men. They also look for this command wire. Maybe there are some IEDs that the trigger man is waiting only to initiate. The positive and the negative wire then initiates and it goes away. So those people will protect these people. So as you are seeing, everything is now coming up to where, because IEDs are always placed on the junctions, on the potholes where the vehicle lowers, on the corners. So since we are taking this route as our main supply route, so they have to do it on every day, as already told by the commander. Has to
Shote yangu pa line ya sacha tu.
Commander on the ground. So the aiming marker is the other stuff on the ground. So that aiming marker shows that there is something on the roadside. That is what we call the presence of the abnormal and the absence of the normality. So once an IED is always placed on the ground, so they always put that aiming marker to alert the civilians, so that as they are continuing, when they reach to that aiming marker, they will be knowing that this is where the other guys of ours have placed the IED targeting the soldiers of our team. Second man, the third person, they have to get informed the whole team and their team leader.
When you get something, does it mean that it's not removed before you get the task?
Yes. Now, once the IED has been got, he has to confirm. And he cannot find every part. He has to get any component of the IED. IED has tried to confirm. So any component of the IED. Once he has identified, he marks, then they call the EOD team. Who will come and do the demolition. Then the vehicle, the road will be now pronounced clean for supply, for movement. Run it. Dani.
IED.
Kwenda kwa objective.
IED.
Ongeza speed. It's okay, call them.